My name is Léon. I'm just gonna put that. Oh, how is this gonna work? Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm actually from New Zealand, although I swear I am European. I'm currently living in Barcelona, and I'm an art director. I recently moved here. I was super lucky. This idea that I'm gonna share with you is my favorite idea in my portfolio. It resonates with me a lot, and it's kind of a bit of a story that I'm gonna share with you. So yeah, buckle up. This is my family. It's my Dutch family. And on the left here, we have my mum. And on the right here, that's me and all the grandkids. There's 10 grandkids of us. But the big difference between these two families, our parents over here ended up moving over to New Zealand from the Netherlands. So this photo was actually taken about 3 weeks after they moved to New Zealand. And the big difference between these two groups is that this side can all speak Dutch and this side cannot. So when DNAD came around last year, there was a brief on DNAD that said, put Duolingo into the hands of 16 to 22-year-olds. And so when my partner and I looked at that brief, this kind of issue arose, and we looked into it further. And we found all these quite staggering statistics and learned that it's actually really common for third-generation immigrants to lose their language. It says down here, by the third generation, less than 9% remain balanced bilinguals. So for me, I was quite surprised when I found out that it wasn't just me, it actually happens all over the world. And for me, it's been quite hard because I always think that I would have a very different kind of conversations with my grandparents had I been able to speak Dutch. So from that, my partner and I, we ended up finding this insight. There is a language barrier between first-generation immigrants and their grandchildren. And with that, we came up with this idea called Triolingo. Learn your family's language through your family's stories. So Triolingo would be an extension of Duolingo, and our grandparents, we kind of know that they're really good storytellers. And so we wanted to use that and make this extension where your grandparents can record their stories, and then using technologies and templates, Duolingo will then turn those stories into activities for people to learn and your grandchildren to learn, which for me especially would have been, such an amazing thing to have. And to extend that out, we thought, one, you could record it on your direct phone, or you could then go through email. I'll admit my grandparents aren't super technologically savvy. So either through your phone, through your email, they could send a voice message, or it could be through direct mail even. We then thought about the launch, and we wanted to hook the viewer in. And so we ended up looking at true stories, or true stories from first-generation immigrants. And for example, this one in the middle is one directly from my upa. I found a live grenade at the age of 7, and then it carries on into the mother language, which is Dutch for me. So we were going to put these out on the street and in schools, especially for those 16 to 22-year-olds, and see if people get interested and, that they spark their kind of curiosity for this extra language. And to be able to figure out the rest of that sentence, they can then use their phone to find out. I found a live grenade at the age of 7 when I was biking near the canals in Limburg, which for me, that I haven't had this conversation with my upa. So I've had it with my mum, and I want to be able to have those kind of conversations with my grandparents, especially because they traveled and, they went from the Netherlands to New Zealand, such a small town. So it's something that I've always kind of wished for. And so this is kind of how the whole idea came to be. And that was my idea. Cheers.
Mhm.